Hi, you guys. So, I want to do a quick vision, maybe the three, and just tell you what they fulfilled to be. And also a dream that I had last night, and I believe it's pretty serious. I think it's a warning. And I haven't really been home long enough to watch the news. I've been in and out all day, but I think I caught a glimpse of a piece of news regarding that terrorist attack, and I believe it relates to my dream. So, it gives me a little bit confirmation or revelation on the dream that I had last night. Um, First of all, the vision that I had last night, it was of course Halloween, and I was standing outside. And here I was looking out. It would have been on my left, um, near my neighbor's car. Somebody else was outside in another car. So I thought maybe it was like the fumes or the smoke that was coming off of the back of the car while it was running. No. What I saw was what turned out to be Wendy Williams. The way that she went down, she kind of went like this. I saw a greenish, that same color green she had on, not as sparkly or not as. It was the same color, but it was more ghostly. And I saw that go like this. And it was near that car. And of course, I rebuked it. I didn't feel threatened, but last night was Halloween, and I just saw it. If you see ghosts that come in a movie or something, you'll see it like they'll have it like floating from side to side. That's how that was, but it was going down from the top of the car to the bottom of the car. And it's not the green that I have on, it's that green Wendy Williams had on with a little bit of white in it. So I hadn't really been on YouTube to even know what happened to Wendy Williams, and a sister sent me a video, a call for uprising, and when I saw that, I knew it was a fulfillment of that vision. And not only that, I think I was shown it because she had on Lady Liberty, and we all know that Lady Liberty, aka ISIS, represents America. And with her falling, I think it's either them. I don't think it's fake. It looks like she had a glitch. Looks like one of her demons activated, or she had an MK Ultra glitch. And I don't believe the story that she was overheated, but I think I was shown it because it represents America, and or I want to say just and it exposes the type of person that Wendy Williams is. So the last two visions I had another one on October 29th and one on I had another one on Halloween also. I think one of them has to do with the moon, and one of them has to do with that new planet that they discovered. I did. I haven't even watched all the videos of what I saw in that, so I don't want to take time to discuss it until I watch the videos. Just visually looking at some things, I knew it was a fulfillment of those two other visions that I had, one on the 29th and the last two on yesterday. What else? So the dream that I had was, it was I was going downtown, and there was this guy, like downtown Charleston, and there was this guy in a truck, like you know, a higher up truck, like a delivery truck, just like that guy who ran over those people in New York did. But anyway, it was in a bigger truck, like a bigger delivery type truck, and it was this Arab guy. I know this guy was ISIS, like an ISIS member, and we were in a car that was a little bit lower. So I think it was just me or me and my son. We looked up and we seen this guy, and we knew that he had a gun, and we knew that he knew that we saw this gun in his truck, and he got mad that he basically exposed himself because it wasn't like the windows were tint or anything. But he was mad that we had looked up and seen his weapon in the truck. And so to keep him from shooting us, because it looked like he was going to shoot us because we had witnessed his gun in his car, in his truck, I whooped around to keep me and my son from getting shot and to kind of draw attention to this guy, so the people would know obviously something was wrong. I just busted a big U-turn. So I bust this big U-turn and I knew this guy was about to follow me. And my son was in the back seat and I had a gun. And my son was like, hand me the gun, hand me the gun. I'll shoot at him. And I'm telling him in the dream, no, son, I got this. Like a child shouldn't be shooting a gun. As we like, I don't want to put him in harm's way or cause him to get shot at or whatever, because we hadn't been shot at yet. I didn't want the terrorist guy to see my son in the back seat, because he was in the back seat and this terrorist was now following us. I didn't want him to, of course, be like right there in the window and have a gun and the guy might shoot him because he's seeing his weapon. I was like, no, boy, give me that gun. No, I got this. Don't worry about it. Because I had planned on driving and putting my arm back, and shooting this guy myself if I needed to. And then the dream ended. So, now it didn't end. It switched. And it switched to me looking at a map. And because this guy had been found out or exposed, these sleeper cells were then, it was like he had alerted these, for the lack of a better word, sleeper cells, to where it was now like, okay, all over the globe or all over the United States, they were going to start chaos because this one person here was exposed as being ISIS to me and my son. And if you ever seen like a I don't know, maybe Battleship or some movie where they're looking over like a navy map and the colors are green, like the colors are green on the map because it's like a naval map of some sort. That's how the colors are popping up, and I would see like the colors rising out of a state and then not going dim but not being so bright of a green. And it was like they were now picking and choosing. Like I knew all these cells, terrorist cells, are in different states, and I can see them glowing in different states. And it's like, well, we should do it here, or we should do it here, or we should do it here. I knew that now these sleeper cells were in the states, and now they were just trying to decide which states to do some type of attack. And it kind of looked like just a quadrant. That's all I can say was just all I saw was a quadrant. But I kind of had the knowing that it was all over the United States. But what I saw is one quadrant. And if I had to pick a quadrant, I don't want to pick a quadrant, but I would say the eastern half of the United States. And I don't want to just say that. All I'm saying is I saw one quadrant of the United States, so I don't want to have to pick, which quadrant of the United States. But I kind of had the knowing that it was in all over the United States, but all I saw visibly was one quadrant. Okay, you guys? This is a warning. We need to continue to pray. So many things happened on Halloween yesterday. It really made me ill. We didn't have that many trick-or-treaters around here because thankfully this year, like literally nobody decorated for Halloween. And I'm so glad because I see things, and when I see the Halloween decorations, just those things give me the heebie-jeebies. I'm like super sensitive to stuff like that, and not emotionally but spiritually, and it just will it would give me the heebie jeebies all the time. Like, I just felt like, to the point, I literally almost felt sick to my stomach seeing all this stuff yesterday. And let's just continue to pray, because this act of defiance with them still doing this Halloween parade in New York, that just, it's just the total opposite of what the hell they should have been doing, which was have some type of prayer vigil or something for these victims that were killed. And I can't say what's a false flag or not, because I seen some pictures on. It's I don't even want to call it that. I'm not. That's not the whole point. This whole act of defiance on Halloween with them doing this parade instead of some type of prayer vigil or something. Um, that made me more sick. And then this Wendy Williams with the Statue of Liberty. Babylon will fall in 1 hour, and I don't know if it's going to be their hands that does it and God allows it, but we know the judgment. Jeremiah 51 and Jeremiah 50. It is written. Okay, you guys? So let's continue to pray. I think that's it. I didn't want to make this video too long, and I will talk with you guys later, okay? Have a good night. Continue to pray, okay? We're in spiritual warfare.